difficult changes sometimes. We tend to get into a project and think the project itself is kind of the end all be all, maybe the offering to God. Mm. And it could be, but it could also be just a step in the journey God has you on, I think, to equip you and teach you things for where he's leading you. So I have now come to have my view of calling has changed to be being obedient to what God is saying, today. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's very hard as people to set our minds on one thing and say this one, like Closer Than You Know, has been an 8-year project. Mm-hmm. And we very much felt like Chera especially was called to make it, but it looks nothing like what we thought. Mm-hmm. And so much of what she learned, led to Bug and Seek. And I think part of the call in her making Closer Than You Know was more so she would meet people and create and form relationships with people that would be life-changing, both for her and for the people she encountered. So I'll just come back to try and simplify it and say I think it's really important to make sure we're continually checking with God daily for what is the call for me today. Because again, I think, he's the C.S. Lewis line.
Is he safe?
Yeah, of course he's not safe, but he's good. I think it's very easy to focus on a project and sometimes miss when God tells us to turn to the left or right.
Or to assume that because he's called us to this, it means it's going to go well and it's going to be successful by whatever standard you want to call that. He called us to make something. He called us to be here. He called us to try. But we have to repeatedly go back to that conversation with him. And I think whenever we stop asking him, what am I supposed to be doing today? Then we're in trouble, because then I've made decisions on my own without him. And that never goes well.